You are shown to your own future. Why am I showing to my own future? Because you are your own future. You're the one who creates its own future. You're the one who creates its own opportunities. You're the one who creates its own journey, its own path into your own conscious mind, right? So when you are understanding that you are showing into the future, now you're starting to have this self-awareness that everything that you do bases on what you're connected to and what you are aligned to, right? So let me put it in perspective. Every decision, every opportunity that you have made in your own self consciousness has to come from an action that influenced you, that inspired you, or programmed you in order for you to do that decision, right? Because nobody else moves on their free will. Nobody else moves on their own self consciousness, rather from what they think, rather from what they know, and rather from how their thoughts be evaluating their own mind. So you are shown to the future because you create it. You create it every day. Every second we are there living in different timelines. Right now I can, if I really wanted to, I could just disconnect myself from watching this video. I can really just go do something random, right? Go out to travel, go out to different areas in the planet, right? Just whatever, just those are just examples, but what I'm trying to say is that you can create your own reality based on your own decisions, right? But it's just not purely just on your decisions. It also has to come from intention. Intention creates a reason, and a reason creates a purpose. When you have intention towards something, it is because there's a reason behind it. Oh, I want to do this because of that. Oh, I want to do this because of that, right? I wanted to try this new thing out because of this. So you keep just fitting yourself into new information, new timelines where it's going to create your ideal self and a different identity. So you also, so when you're creating different identities. Because at the end of the day, you're different from the person who you were yesterday. You're different from the person who you were who you're going to be in the future, right? If we're thinking like years to come, because at the end of the day we don't even know what's going to be happening, but we know based on time. We know based on how humans just the pure evolution will just keep evolving no matter what. But what I'm trying to say is that every time you create a different identity, you create a new self, which it is the opportunity of the gift of life. Let me tell you the gift of life, right? The gift of life is that now you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to change yourself, right? Every day is a blessing because you're granted an opportunity to change your mindset, change your perspective, make it change now, right? You need to put yourself in an unknown space. When you are shown into the future, nobody knows what this future is, but rather an unknown space. Nobody can predict what the future is going to look like, rather than just theories or estimates. But look, unknown space is basically you putting yourself into an alignment that you never put yourself ever before, right? A lot of people tend to say, "Oh, I'm so lost. I'm stuck in a loop. My life is not changing. I'm not getting better. I'm still the same person who I was before." And that is because of simple mind presence. It is because their mind is so entangled either at the past, their mind is so entangled into just being overwhelmed by life, or just themselves, they don't know what to do. Like truly they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to, right? And that is because of lack of information or lack of awareness. But it's simply okay, because some people were not, they would not tend to go over that mile to overexceed themselves to know who they are. Some people don't even care who they are. Some people don't even know who they are because they simply just live in life and not even self-aware that they can change it, right? So they just keep living in that random space. So when you're in that unknown space, you're basically now putting yourself in a space that you've never been before, instead of you rather living a life that's basically in a loop, in a loop, in a loop. Stop living in a loop and start living in an unknown space. When you're in an unknown space, you're creating so much different things, so much different spaces, so much different identities that you will never know who you will get to be, right? Let me tell you a perspective. Michael Jordan never knew that he was going to be the best basketball player. He knew he was a basketball player, but he never knew he was going to be the best basketball player, right? Messi just wanted to play soccer. That's how he started playing soccer, right? He just started to play soccer. He never knew he was gonna be the best player ever until he started playing it more, until he started getting into different places, different environments, and different situations that pushed him there, right? So that is the unknown space. The unknown space is not knowing where you're going, but being where you want to be, right? Nobody can predict your story. Nobody can predict it. That's hard. Like, nobody has that power. People can make theories, people can make predictions, but they cannot predict it. They cannot estimate it. They cannot know fully, by inch, centimeter by inch, centimeter, knowing how your capacity is going to be like, right? So when you create a known space, you're creating new mind presets. Your mind presets are the things that you're changing during your own brain. Your brain right now, what it's thinking right now, is not going to be thinking the same shit that you're going to be thinking in the next 2 or 3 years, because you're developing your mind. When you're going to the unknown space, you're developing new cultures, you're developing new habits, you're developing new mindsets, you're developing new vocabulary words, you're attracting new people, right? So it's like a whole lot of new stuff. It's like you traveling to space. It's like you traveling to a new planet, right? It's basically like that, but now like in a much more logical way, in a much more real way, where you can be self-aware of that, right? Sorry, my camera just died, but look, going back to what I was saying, going back to the mind process, right? When you're putting yourself in different unknown environments, you're basically what people tend to call the uncomfort zone. Now you're creating uncomfort spaces for your own mind, which is not bad. It's not bad. You're basically adapting. When you adapt, that means that your personality is truly connected to your soul. Your whole personality is connected to your soul. So which means that you're a student of life. When you're a student of life, you're just embracing life. You just know what you want. You just know simply what you're looking for. And so moving forward, personality is what truly is going to be tended to attract on the more things that are connected to your own self, right? If you're a happy person, personality wise, you're going to attract happy people. If you're a negative person, personality wise, you're gonna attract negative people. If you're a real person, you're gonna attract real people, right? So that's what I mean. When you know how to adapt, that's when basically you start attracting new people, new environments, new situations, new circumstances, right? The same circumstances that you have right now, I'm telling you, I keep repeating this because it's true. It's not gonna be the same situations once you go to the unknown space. Once you know, okay, what if I actually do this? Okay, what if I actually try this out? Okay, what if I actually input my time into this? How can I fail? How can I realistically fail? Right? You never fail if you go to the unknown space. You never fail if you try. You never fail. Sorry, my handwriting is bad, but you never fail if you try. Because now you just become someone different. You put yourself in a situation that most people wouldn't put themselves, right? And most of the time, people will say, "Oh, like, why am I really doing this? Like, why is it the reason why a lot of people don't do this, and I'm the only one doing this in my own way?" Because it is your own way. You're answering your own question. You are your own way. Like I was mentioning, you create your own journey. You are different identities, right? You're different identities from other people. When you create your own reality, you're creating different identities, but that gift that you have is that you're adaptable. You're adaptable into going to the unknown space. So when you're putting yourself in places where you never wanted to be before, instead of you, let's say for example, I'm putting into a good example, right? I'm putting into a perfect example. Instead of you working in a 9 to 5 job, you start thinking to yourself, okay, I'm getting money, but this is not something that I love. This is not something that I really want to wake up for every day. Now you're having that self-awareness. So now you're creating different perspectives for your own self, right? But then you start to take action. You took action on a different identity for yourself, and wanted to try the things that you wanted to try, which is that different identity. You created a different identity. Now your timeline, your own journey just went into the path that you wanted to be, which you took action towards the things that you love to do and the things that you want to try, right? So that is a different identity. And the gift of it is that, bro, you have the gift of life. You have enough time. There's no rush. Nobody's telling you to rush. You have enough time to become who you want to be, right? You have the time to become who you want to be, right? So look, my bad. Now since you're going to the unknown space, it's basically creating that connection with your true self, with your higher self, who you truly want to be, now into a mind preset, and you adapt to it because it's a new thing. Automatically, we were programmed to work in a 9 to 5. You were programmed to be working there. You were programmed to get money, live by paycheck. But once you try this unknown space, you try the things that you truly want to do. You change your mind presets, and now you're adapting into that different thing. Okay, you know what? I'm not a 9 to 5 worker no more. I am who I want to be. I am a content creator, right? I'm not a 9 to 5 worker. I am my higher self. I do the decisions that I truly want to do. But look, man, honestly, I could tell you the whole game about changing your old self program. Basically, you creating your future. But if there's no this, there's nothing. If there's nothing like this, there's nothing. If there's nothing like that, there's nothing, man. Honestly, we could keep talking about, how the mind tools can help you. But if there's no discipline, there's nothing. There's nothing. Don't use the excuses. Don't go over the bar, or don't go less the bar. Go over the bar. Work hard. You gotta work hard for it. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta show passion into it, right? If there was millions of people watching you do this, what would you do every day? If there was the whole world keeping their eyes on you, and would you stay disciplined or not? Hey, of course you would stay disciplined, right? And now you're being accountable, but you need to live in discipline. If there's no discipline, there's no creation. Realistically, there's no creation. Right? There's no much more unknown spaces, right? You can take action, right? The first challenge was taking action, but second challenge is staying disciplined. No matter what, you gotta stay disciplined on your own self, and you gotta keep it pushing. You gotta keep it pushing no matter what. The discipline is gonna carry you. This is what you gotta hold, right? But let me ask you this, truly enough, when you want to do the stuff that you truly want to do, and the stuff that you love to do, when you have passion behind it, there's no such thing as motivation. There's no such thing as motivation. You don't need to be motivated to do something that you truly love, rather than just staying disciplined and keep going, man. Keep going, because that is creating a personality, and that personality is going to be attracting everything that you truly want, man. But yeah, man, that's Referral Saga. Live your own truth to create your own saga. Look, you are shown to your own future because you are a creator. But look, like I was mentioning, you can be the creator, but if there's no consistency, if there's no discipline, there's nothing. There's nothing truly. But yeah, man, go check out my other socials. Go check out my other platforms and a link on my YouTube profile bio. And I'll be live streaming. Go check me out on Twitch. I'll be gaming and stuff. And check me out, man. Check me out, and we can talk about this more on my chat, man. But yeah, that's me for us. Let's leave the dimension expansion with some new game, and let's implement it to the real world. Subscribe and just check out my other socials, man. Let's get it.